They said don't talk to her after midnight. I did. Okay, so this happened when I was around 18 years old. My family is incredibly religious. We pray before we eat, pray before we sleep, read the Bible every day, the whole shebang. But me being the rebel that I am, I never really listened to what they told me to do. I did the complete opposite. My parents knew that I was stubborn as hell. So they would always try to scare me into doing what they wanted me to do. One of those things was to stay away from girls after midnight. According to my dad, all women are evil and will take you to hell if you let them. I know this sounds ridiculous, but when you grow up in a cult, you start to believe some crazy shit. That's why when I turned 18 and moved out, one of the first things I did was find a girl to bring home past midnight just to spite my dad. But anyway, when I was about 16 or 17, my parents set a rule that I couldn't stay out past 9 p.m. unless I had a good reason, like going to a friend's house or something. And even then, I had to call them and tell them where I was going and who I was with. They were super strict, so it was almost impossible to sneak out. It took me 3 attempts to finally do it. So I ended up running away from home at around 11 p.m. I called a cab and headed straight to Sarah's house. She was a friend of mine since middle school, and she was totally down for sneaking around with me. We played video games and talked until about 2 a.m. when I told her my plan. You want to go see if OP is still awake? Yeah, but he's probably asleep by now. True. Hey, I kind of want to play a prank on him. What if we break his window with a rock? She laughed, but I could tell she was thinking about it. A few moments later, she said, okay, let's do it. We grabbed a giant rock from her front yard and started walking over to my house. My house was only a 15-minute walk from hers, but the suspense was killing me. As we got closer, I could hear my dad snoring. I poked my head through my window and yelled, "Hey, Dad, wake up. I'm home." He didn't respond. I yelled again, "Dad, I'm home. I have company." Still nothing. I guess he really was asleep. Relief washed over me, and I turned to leave, but Sarah grabbed my arm. No. This is our chance. Do it." I reluctantly threw the rock, and it shattered my bedroom window. Shards hit my bed, and I flinched as one grazed my leg. Fuck, that hurt. Here, let me patch you up. She brought me some bandages, and we sat there talking while my blood dripped onto the floor. I honestly don't know how long we were there for, but eventually I got bored and asked if we could go back to her place and watch a movie. As we walked away, I could hear my mom scream, "Who was that? Who was outside just now?" I just kept walking without responding. I didn't feel like dealing with the lecture I was going to get. When we got back to Sarah's place, we watched TV and messed around until around 5 a.m. when I had to head back home because I didn't want to be gone for too long. As I walked back home, the sun was starting to rise, and I felt pretty good about myself. I successfully pranked my dad and stayed out past midnight. 2 birds, 1 stone. I got home and snuck in through the back door. I went to my room and fell asleep. I woke up, my entire family was staring at me. They were silent for a moment until my mom broke the silence. "Why are you here? You were supposed to be at Sarah's, weren't you?"